for this. Um, Once again, big severe weather going on. Today is Saturday, and my name is Packy Young. It's April 27th, and we're covering a moderate risk of severe weather over much of the central U.S., over Oklahoma. I'm going to zoom out here really quick, and we'll dive into the warnings we got. The red area here, with this red outline, this is a moderate risk for severe weather. This is a pretty high end severe weather, actually, technically more high end than we had yesterday. And that is calling for a significant tornado outbreak for today. And if anyone here is watching the stream, tuning in, we got to get this shared out. We got to get people uh, in the path of these storms the warnings that they need to hear so that they can take the necessary precautions. I'm here again, ready to cover what we got going on. We do expect a pretty significant risk, similar to what we had yesterday. In fact, perhaps even crazier. We'll see what happens. But hopefully, it's not too intense out there today and we can get kind of an underperformance. But with that said, we do, before I go into the radar, we do have perhaps several chasers going on. We've got KJ chasing down there, and when he is in the path of something, we'll pull him up full, so you can see what he's looking at. We don't have communication with him as of right now, but we may have another storm chaser also in the bottom right, and we should have communication with Tanya, if that is who we're getting there in the bottom right. So hopefully all the lagging issues that we had yesterday are going to be solved for today. We are trying a new sort of method, and let's just get right into what we got going on, because we have, um, you know, uh, we've got tornado warnings popping up. We've also got this enhanced risk, which anyone in the enhanced risk, I mean, clearly you can see there's warnings up here in the northern area above the moderate. Enhanced risk, slight risk, even the marginal risk. Anyone in these areas need to be weather aware today and paying attention to whatever your preferred source of warnings are. So, with that said, let us dive in. We have two pretty significant warnings going on right now. One of them is actually a tornado on the ground, or it just was on the ground right before we started here. And it went through the town of Hillsdale. And this is now in Oklahoma. And it's moving towards Pond Creek and Jefferson, Oklahoma, approaching, what is this, 6481, the junction there near Pond Creek. And your tornado is going to be right in here. I can tell you that with certainty, and we could probably match it up. It doesn't really match up that well on the correlation coefficient, so maybe there's not a whole lot of debris being lofted, which is good news. But I could tell you, based on the velocity, that there is a tornado on the ground right where I circled this, and it's moving, in the general direction of this warning. Anyone in this polygon needs to be getting into your safe spots. That's gonna let's go over where we want to go and what we want to do to stay prepared, and that also includes Medford, by the way. So to get prepared, I want you to today, for anyone watching the stream, I want you to get into the lowest floor of your house. If you're in a house, lowest floor of your house, interior room away from windows, if there is a tornado warning issued for you, especially because these storms are going to be dropping tornadoes left and right. And we it's going to be these warnings are going to be, you got to take them seriously. So I want you to get into your lowest floor interior room away from windows. You got to get significantly, you got to get bring a whistle with you, bring closed-toed shoes with you, uh, preferably get in a basement if you have it, or get in a neighbor's basement if you don't have one. Anywhere nearby that has a basement, get there, or a designated storm shelter. I know Oklahoma, at least in the metro areas, they've got these designated storm shelters. Um, you may not be a stranger to tornadoes, but today there's going to be a lot of them, and uh, you do need to be prepared for what is coming. It did just update that warning. It is now radar indicated, so they do believe it has lifted. But regardless, anywhere in this warning, um, take these necessary precautions because it's going to save your life, and that's what I'm here to do. I really want you to be safe. Uh, and you know, if your farm animals, well, try to keep your farm animals as safe as possible too. Um, but if your house gets torn apart, whatever it is, any damage to property is different from damage to life. We can't really, I can't tell the tornadoes to move north or to move south away from houses and properties, but I can tell you to be safe in a certain way that you will, if you take my warning, you will be able to survive the tornadoes that drop today, and you'll be able to remain uninjured. Um, because maybe your house won't, uh, it will sustain quote unquote injuries. Uh, you know, your house may be damaged today if you get under that tornado warning, and if a tornado comes right over your house, of course, your house would probably be damaged. But if you are in the right spot and you are doing the right thing, you will not be damaged. And that is what's most important. So, anyone who lives in these towns, Jefferson, Pond Creek, and Medford, please take shelter and do those necessary precautions. Also, we have a tornado warning up in Kansas. There's a very widespread outbreak today. We're going to be covering a lot of states. And this is just, in my opinion, some more broad rotation we got here near Randolph and Oldsburg and headed towards Westmoreland. Junction there, what is this? 16. This is going to be Route 16 here in Kansas. Um, that's going to be for Pottawatomie County, Kansas, and Riley County in Kansas. And this could wrap up pretty quickly. We kind of have two distinct modes today, both down in Oklahoma and up in northern Kansas along the warm front. So we're already getting things popping off, and we expect it to really go downhill from here. Uh, but if you are doing the right thing, we can save lives. And if anyone watching this can spread this out far and wide, that would also be fantastic so we can get the information out there. So currently we do have that warning here for Oldsburg and Randolph in Kansas. But I do want to talk about just a little more of a broad overview as well. We talked about the moderate risk that's in place here for much of Wichita Falls, Lawton, Oklahoma City, up to Tulsa and Wichita in Kansas. Um, but we do also have a tornado watch out. So I'm going to pull that up. Let me see, NWS tornado, and I'm going to show you guys everyone who could be in the path of tornadic storms today. This is a very, very significant watch. We actually have two watches out. So uh, let's pull that up. So we have a tornado watch in place for the northern area of this risk from Pratt and Wichita up to Topeka, Kansas. And this is a few tornadoes are likely, widespread hail up to tennis ball sized, and scattered gusts up to 75 miles an hour. And this is a fairly high end tornado watch. The probabilities of a tornado within 25 miles of any given point within this watch are 70%. And the probability that at least one or more of those tornadoes will be significant, which is EF2 or greater, is 60%. And those are kinds of probabilities you don't see very often. Now, even more significantly, we have a PDS tornado watch. That is a particularly dangerous situation tornado watch. The last time we saw a watch for the environment like this for tornadoes, this intense was last year on March 31st, where we had a high risk. We had hundreds of tornadoes. They were dropping out of the sky like flies. We had several significant tornadoes. We had an EF4 that was confirmed in Iowa. And this is similar to the kind of watch we saw that day. This is a particularly dangerous situation, tornado watch. Several strong tornadoes likely. You don't see wording like that very often. Widespread hail up to apple-sized, and widespread gusts up to 75 miles an hour likely. There are 840,000 people in the path of these storms and 526 schools and 52 hospitals. And this also, keep in mind, this watch does not include Oklahoma City because there will be a downstream watch issued for parts of eastern Oklahoma, probably in the next couple of hours. And that could also be a particularly dangerous situation. And if that's the case, if a particularly dangerous situation watch gets issued there, um, these storms will have seen that they have already done a lot of damage further west, and that's just all going to shift to the east. So we don't want to see these storms doing that kind of stuff. So we'll keep an eye on that, and when that comes in, I will, of course, let everyone know so that people down in Ardmore, of course, Oklahoma City, Cushing are prepared for what's coming a little bit later in the night. We do expect there to be more semi-discrete to discrete storms, so they're going to be popping everywhere, but there's going to be a lot of clear air in between them earlier in the day. But later in the day, we do expect a more line to form in eastern Oklahoma. And that is also going to provide for a very significant rain and flash flooding risk. Let me pull that up really quickly. Yes, WPC. So there is a high risk for significant excessive rainfall, and this is also a fairly rare circumstance. We have a high risk for significant rainfall, uh, excessive rainfall exceeding flash flood guidance within 25 miles of any given point, and that is over that sort of eastern Oklahoma region from um, from really where that moderate risk is, kind of the eastern half of that moderate risk, into parts of Arkansas um, and Missouri. We have that moderate on flash flooding. So as that line forms and as these storms move to the east, um, they're going to be just training over the same regions. And when you get that, uh, it's going to start flooding everything out. You don't want to drive in that because, I mean, there's a chance that we get tornadoes within that region, and there could be debris from tornadoes in floods uh, today. And if we see tornadoes in, if we see debris from tornadoes in flooding, and it could be even just flooding debris in the floods today, flash flooding, especially over the Oklahoma City metro and the urban area. It's kind of where that high risk is centered. If we see that, that's going to contaminate the waters. Water and electricity don't go well together, of course, and you don't. If you drive in that, you could very easily die. I don't say that lightly. You need to not be driving in flooded waters today. It is very dangerous. If you're in Oklahoma City, especially, and places just to the east, do not drive in flooded waters today. But I will be focusing most of this stream on the tornado threat, at least especially initially, because that is the main threat initially. And I can kind of prepare people who are right in the initial path of these very dangerous storms that are going to be ripping houses off the ground, potentially. So I'm going to grab a quick drink here. Again, we do have that chaser, KJ chasing. Kai, he is, we'll get a more updated information on his location shortly. He is out there in the Oklahoma City region chasing these storms, and we will get Mama Tanya in the bottom right as well. Hopefully, and we'll have contact with her a little bit later in the stream. They're in Oklahoma City as well. Um, so I'm gonna go back to the radar. Let's take a look at how the progress of these storms have been. If anyone has questions about their specific location, please, I'd be happy to answer them in the chat. More than happy. Um, a little bit laggy. Okay, so on leg, on the leg. I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, 10-4, we're back. I was
Okay.
wondering when that happened.
Alrighty. So the tornado warning has been canceled, which is very good news. It's now just a severe thunderstorm warning, with bringing some hail. There's going to be a lot of hail today, by the way, large destructive hail falling out of the sky with a lot of these storms. And we could see a lot of damaging winds, especially later in the risk as well. And that's going to pose more of a threat over a widespread region. And you got to take literally every warning today seriously, not just tornado warnings, but our severe warnings as well.
A
So,
new tornado warning has been issued.
let's see here. Okay. We do have several storms down to the south um, that are not just got issued here for Kansas. And that is going to be for this cell here. And yeah, this is way up here. Definitely rotating quite a bit near Hiawatha in Kansas, near the intersection of US 73 and US 36. Um, that's going to kind of go right near Hiawatha. So if anyone in chat knows anyone who lives in Hiawatha or Robinson in Kansas, please tell them that there is very strong chance that a tornado could drop right over them, and they're not going to see it coming. Um, damn, that's actually pretty good. So, additionally, this is going to be headed towards White Cloud and really the border between Kansas, Nebraska, and Missouri. Also, this is interesting. We have another rotating storm just to the northwest of that one near Hiawatha, and Verdun and Barada. So this storm, this is now in Nebraska, kind of the border here, and that one may try to, if it spins up a little bit more, they may issue a tornado warning for that as well. Got to be careful to make sure that this particular warning, um, if you're in Salem, I'd watch out for, you know, don't be going outside. Stay prepared. There could be a tornado that does drop. Less likely than further south, but eventually it could happen. And these storms are certainly in a pretty primed environment. Everything up here is favorable, um, and things are going to be dropping out of the sky. We don't have our moderate risk yet, getting significant storm potential, so we'll stay up to the north. But I do expect a lot of these severe warnings to start turning into tornado warnings, and that is when things are going to get a little bit scary. But speaking of scary, you can not be scared if you are under a warning and you are prepared appropriately for the warning if it gets issued for you. And by appropriately, I mean that you need to, if a warning is issued for your location, or if you know someone who is in the path of a uh, potential tornado or tornadic storm, you need to tell them that they need to get into the lowest floor of their house, preferably an interior room, bathroom, hall, closet, um, and away from windows. And in the basement, if they have it, if they can get in the basement, that would be most ideal, or a storm shelter. They need to bring a whistle with them, food, snacks. Um, if they do, worst case scenario, are hit by a tornado, tell them that they should wait about 10 minutes and then start blowing that whistle. And when they blow that whistle or are screaming for help, the EMS will probably be there by that point, emergency services, and they can help dig them if they're trapped uh, after they were hit by a tornado, if the tornado is significant enough. So that is all very important to keep everyone safe in the path of these storms. Those are the kind of necessary precautions I want everyone to take today. And if you're not under a tornado warning, but you're under a watch today, please make sure you have a good way of receiving weather warnings. Um, I will be telling you all about warnings here, but I could, if you do have a NOAA weather radio, that would be also very ideal. Um, that could really alert you when a warning is issued for your location immediately, and then you can do these necessary precautions so that you're safe. That is my number one goal here. Um, and if you and if you have another way of receiving warnings, maybe TV or a YouTube stream, other than this one, I mean, any way you can receive warnings is all I care about. Please, please do that, because that is going to help you survive anything that happens out here that may actually be threatening to your life. We don't have anything like that today, right now, but we did have that yesterday, and we could see something similar to that today. Um, and the parameters favor it. We'll just have to see if the storms respond. Again, um, take all those precautions if you live to the north and east of Oldsburg, especially if you know anyone who lives there. We did get a report of a funnel cloud with this. So this is certainly still potentially trying to produce a tornado. And this is moving towards, let's see here, Route 99. And that's going to be in Oklahoma. Oh no, sorry. Okay, this is all in Kansas. Um, Oldsburg. If anyone knows anyone who lives in Oldsburg, they're okay to come out. There's still some storms to their west, which may pose a threat later on. But in Oldsburg, you are fine to come out of your shelter, of wherever you are, and continue with your day. I wouldn't necessarily do any outdoor activities, but you're okay to come out of your shelter. Additionally, these storms up here are still pretty menacing. They're both rotating. The one near Salem, this is a severe warning, but it could get tornado warned at any minute. Salem, Verdon, Barada, headed towards Corning, and that is along I-29, bordering Missouri and Nebraska there. This is in far southeastern Nebraska, moving towards Salem, a nice area of rotation, and that is going to be right here within the storm. And additionally, we have another one near Hiawatha, and it seems to be moving east of Hiawatha, which is good, but it's crossing US 36, moving right in the direction of White Cloud in, I guess that would be Kansas. We're here really on the triple point, so it's a little bit unsure of what state we're really looking at here, but we're in the triple point of Kansas, Nebraska, and Missouri. So keep that in mind. Um, Now, a good way to tell if we have tornadoes today, if you're watching the stream and you know, um, and you can tell for yourself whether a tornado could be coming for you, um, is when you see this kind of pattern um, on the radar. So this is showing inbound velocities into the radar. And the radar, keep in mind, is down here. So, oh gosh, that got a lot tighter on the latest frame. This is showing inbound velocities. So that is rain that is moving in the direction of the radar. And here we have outbound velocities, rain that is moving away from the radar. So if the rain is getting picked up by the wind and moving in that direction, we're getting rotation right there in between. And that is where your tornado is going to spin up. So uh, that is a great way to tell. And another way to tell if a tornado is necessarily on the ground is using this product that I'll be showing you here called correlation coefficient. And right now, there's no tornado with this. I can say fairly confidently, there's probably no tornado with this that is at least touching the ground and picking up debris. However, there could be a tornado when you see a correlation
A new
coefficient drop,
tornado warning
and I'll
has
go
been
over
issued.
a little bit later what that's going to look like exactly. We do have a new warning for Marshall County, Kansas, and Pottawatomie County, Kansas. I'll get to that in a minute. That is a tornado warning, radar indicated, not confirmed. But I'll go over how to use this product a little bit later when it becomes relevant. But right now, luckily, fortunately, it is not relevant, and we don't want to use that product because that could mean that there is a tornado on the ground. But regardless, this is a pretty tight area. You want to look for it being a very of stronger velocities. If it's broad and over a lot of pixels, you probably have a mesocyclone, which is the clouds are rotating way above in a very large scale sense, but tornadoes are very small. They're very dynamic in a very small region. So if you can get it, if you see that the it's rotating uh, down in a very small region on radar, that is more indicative of a tornado that could be lofting debris. And we kind of have that small area here. So I'm monitoring this very closely. This is east of Hiawatha, moving right in the direction of White Cloud. There are a couple roads out here, probably some farms, maybe some silos that are going to get kicked over. But I don't believe we have any chasers anywhere near this. They're all down in Oklahoma today for the moderate risk, unfortunately. But um, there's going to be spotters out here at some point, and they're going to be able to let us know whether or not a tornado is on the ground or a funnel cloud. Funnel cloud, essentially, you just get that rotation that is up near the cloud, but it's trying to work its way down to the surface. We don't have a funnel cloud on this right now, but we do have a funnel cloud on this warning, which this is the one that they continued. That funnel cloud report came in about 6 minutes ago, and this is headed towards Wheaton, and I don't know how to say that. New Chatel, New Chatel, probably. And that is for, I believe that was Marshall County, Kansas, and Pottawatomie County,
Hey,
Kansas.
Pack, I want to let you know near Breckenridge, that would be northwest of Oklahoma City. Uh, Mason is quoting there is a lowering wall cloud on that thing. It's actually Piedmont. Yeah, it's Piedmont. Lowering wall cloud.
Alrighty. So these storms to the south, like I said, this is in the main risk region for today. There is a good chance that these storms become the dominant ones that are going to, produce our tornadoes left and right, and potentially significant ones. And supposedly, and we do have a report here for a rotating wall cloud. We do have a wall cloud near Piedmont, and this is just to the north and west of Oklahoma City. So if anyone in the chat knows anyone who lives in Cashin, Cedar Valley, Guthrie, and Cimarron City, there is a dangerous storm headed for you that could drop a tornado very soon. Rotating wall cloud is kind of similar to a funnel cloud, another precursor to tornado genesis. and the storm could potentially drop one very, very soon. So this is headed. If anyone lives in these regions or knows anyone there, please call them up so that they know what to do. Um, but um, I do actually really quickly want to explain what you may have heard there as how I found out that information. Um, I have a few people on the back end that are helping me search for any damage reports today, or interesting storms that I may not be looking at very closely, um, that could be rotating a lot faster than I may have expected. And they're going to tell me whenever we got interesting storms going on or damage, so that I can make sure to report on all of that and make sure that everyone knows what's going on, so that you know not only what storms are coming for you, but what they have been doing in the past, because it has been proven by science, by social science in the past, that seeing pictures of what these tornadoes look like, or or really what these tornadoes have done to other people's potential livelihoods in the past, neighborhoods and whatnot, can help boost your odds of going to the safe spot. And that is my goal today, to get you in that safe spot when a tornado may be coming for your house, or even some of these severe thunderstorm warnings that are producing large hail and significant new warning in Texas, significant damaging winds today.
A new tornado warning
It's all
has been
important to
issued.
be weather aware and not, you know, and not be outdoors doing random activities. We don't want to be golfing today. We don't want to be swimming in pools, um, because when these storms come upon you, it's going to change in a hurry. We're going to go from potentially kind of nice weather to potentially very damaging weather that could, change your life. So we do have a new tornado warning down in Texas. This is not good. This is entering the highest threat region. This is a fairly semi-discrete supercell near Benjamin in Texas. And I do want to go over this real quick. We've got a broad area of rotation, but you can see how that rain is wrapping all the way around into the kind of where the rotation is, right in there. And when you get that rain wrapping around, that's our hook echo, and that is also important to see for tornadoes. And uh, we we got this storm that is headed north of Benjamin. Uh, Potentially could produce a tornado very shortly. A warning just got issued. I don't think anything's on the ground, but this is going to be headed. There's really not a whole lot of towns out here, but Route 267 in Texas, and it is pretty far to the south here, south of Cromwell, north of Benjamin in Texas. To give you a broader perspective of where this dangerous storm is at, Wichita Falls, it is headed in your direction, but probably not for another um, hour or two. And then it'll get there and hopefully it'll have died out. But the environment today does not support that. It does not support storms dying out. So we need to keep that in mind if we live in Wichita Falls. There are storms headed your way, as has been forecasted and expected for today. And now there is a singular storm that might try to wrap up here in the short term and move in the direction of Wichita Falls in Texas. These storms are producing, again, large hail, a whole lot of lightning. So again, you don't want to be outdoors when there's a whole lot of lightning strikes going on everywhere, because that is, also going to be damaging to your life. And lightning could strike a tree, and that tree could fall on you. And if that happens, that's also not a good thing, because that could take your life too, or at least cause some injury. Latest scan on velocity. It seems the Benjamin storm is not quite as impressive looking, in my opinion. Lots of considerable severe thunderstorm warnings going up. All of these are capable of producing tornadoes here in the short term. Um, Not right away. They're not warned for tornadoes, but they're definitely dropping hail and bringing damaging winds. I do want to go back up to Kansas. Um, did I not click that radar? Nope, there we go. Alrighty. Okay. This storm here, I'm watching also very closely. This is near Wheaton. This has had a wall cloud in the past, or sorry, a funnel cloud in the past, approaching that weird town of New Chattel, and going to be going near Centralia and Corning in Kansas. And I'm watching this very closely because this is a very large, large supercell. You can see all of this is our supercell shape, a little bean, right? And this is all area of strong inflow, and that is worrying. That means it's tapping into the good environment right above the ground, that low-level jet. The fast winds right above your head in Wheaton right now are moving very fast right into the storm. And on the backside, the storm is um, dropping a whole lot of rain and hail and stuff, and that's cooling the air and making it try to rush down and forward into this warmer air. And when they come together, they will spin. They will have a tendency to rotate around. And this is a huge area of inflow. And I could see in the short term, there could be a tornado that forms with this. Right now, it's broad. There's no tornado on the ground, and I can almost guarantee that. But in a short period of time, there could be a very significant tornado that does drop. And it's setting the stage. If we can get these showers out of the way, it is setting the stage to become a potential long track supercell that could be dropping tornadoes. So that we got to keep that in mind with this cell near Wheaton and
A
New
new
Chatham.
tornado warning
Um,
has been issued.
if you live in these towns or you know anyone who lives in these towns, please tell them to take shelter and go into the lowest floor of their house, interior room, um, away from windows, and stack mattresses. I forgot to mention this earlier. Stack mattresses, pillows, blankets. Wear a helmet if you have it, in that safe spot, and that'll be the best way that you can survive or at least remain uninjured if a tornado does hit your area. So we'll come back to this storm. It is concerning me quite a bit, but we did get a new warning issued. That was an extension for what we had near Hiawatha. It's now moving past Hiawatha towards White Cloud. If you live or know anyone who lives in Hiawatha in Kansas, you can tell them that they're safe for now. There could be more storms later. There probably will be. This is headed in that direction. But for now, there's no imminent danger from any tornadoes. This is still producing a fairly significant rotation, moving near White Cloud, and now all of these places are under the gun for a potential tornado that could drop very soon. And it could do damage to your property and to your house and to potentially even your life. It could do damage to your life. It could cause injury, but we want to avoid that at all costs. There was a report here. Oh, okay. There was a report from a spotter saying there is a tornado on the ground. I wouldn't confirm that necessarily, but there's a chance that a tornado could be on the ground with this cell. Once again, moving right in the direction of White Cloud, and it has a very good
Pat,
radar
I wanted to let you
presentation.
know have a tornado on the ground around Highland, Kansas, if you know where that's at.
Highland, Kansas. I do not know where that is. Where approximately is that? Yeah. Tornado on the ground near Highland, Kansas. If you know anyone who lives near Highland, Kansas, tell them that they need to get to shelter immediately. There's a tornado on the ground headed for that region. Oh, Highland. It's right here. This is the one we were covering. I take that back. Never mind. I thought you meant Hiawatha. I've been looking at that.
All right, 10-4.
Yeah, this tornado has been reported as on the ground near Highland, Kansas, Hiawatha. Hiawatha's fine, but there's a tornado on the ground moving right for this town in White Cloud, Kansas. This is on the border with Kansas and Missouri. Anyone who lives there, please tell them that they need to get into the lowest floor of their house, most interior room away from windows, and put a helmet on their head. Tell them to do that if they can. If they can't, stack anything soft over them, a mattress. They have to get there very quickly. There is not enough time. There's not a whole lot of time here. We're not looking at a damaging, significant tornado right now, but a tornado has been reported on the ground, and we got to treat it as if there's a chance that their house is going to get hit, and they could see damage to their house and potentially themselves, right? So White Cloud, Fortescue, Forest City, I-29 near Mound City. This is still a radar indicated warning, but a tornado has been reported. Yeah. So this is the most concerning storm by far right now. However, I do want to caution there's also a very concerning and dangerously tight area of rotation. Remember, I mentioned that tight area near Verdun and moving towards Barada in Nebraska. This is very near that one to the south. So they're tapping into the exact same environment. It looks like this one may try to kind of cycle, but it could produce a tornado imminently near Verdun and Barada in Nebraska. But this is reported on the ground near White Cloud. Um, okay, this one looks a little better than it did look before near New Chattel. Doesn't matter. Wheaton in New Chattel. You're getting a strong
Pat,
storm no
you're
matter
still
what.
in like a mesoanalysis mode. I just threw a sounding from 18Z from Oklahoma University in there. Really volatile environment.
Okay, so if you're living in New Chattel or Wheaton, this is going to bring a lot of damaging winds no matter what. There's going to be strong damaging winds moving into this region, and it's going to be coming towards Corning as well. Onaga, Havensville, near this Route 63 here that crosses near Centralia as well. And that is all in Kansas. It's tornado warned right now, a tornado. And it is it's quite a bit broad, but it could spin up very quickly. So we got to keep that in mind if we live in these locations. Your White Cloud. Still technically radar indicated, has not been observed. There was okay. Yeah, there was certainly a tornado on the ground. This was observed at some point. An NWS employee has reported a tornado moving towards White Cloud. So if you live in White Cloud, there's a significant storm producing a tornado that is about to
A new tornado
damage
warning has been issued.
people's lives and property that live there. Additionally, This is moving towards Fortescue. It's coming very close to Fortescue, now in Missouri, at this junction between 111 and 159, Route 111 and US 159, and it's going to be coming right where US 159 meets the interstate at I-29, and where that exit is. There's a tornado coming right for there, reported on the ground by a trusted source. Additionally, let me see here. The environment for these storms is impeccable. It is some of the best environments we may have ever seen, in at least in the past year. It's kind of ridiculous. What we're dealing with is we have probably an outbreak that could be going on.
I don't mean to distract you or disturb you. I just want to give you that update. I'll turn on my feed when anything interesting happens.
Okay, what is this?
This is a test. I'm heading out to go chase the tornado watch. I don't mean to distract you or disturb you.
Okay. I'm getting word that we may get a chaser on these northern cells here. Jacob, who was out chasing yesterday. I'm not sure if we can get his feed. We weren't able to get it yesterday. I'm not sure if we're able to get it today because that's really a last minute decision. We're not really prepared for that. But um, he is looking to go chase these storms here in Kansas that have been producing tornadoes. So we'll see what happens with that. If we get him out there, I'll try to give you whatever he's seeing. We may try to get that on stream, and where he's at, and uh, that may help convince some people to go to their shelter, and that's what I'm here to do. That's what I want to be doing. All right, let's see here. Again, Mound City, Oregon, both in Missouri. A tornado is coming for you. Please take shelter. Let me see here. This is going to
New
okay,
information.
they issued a
This
new
tornado warning has
extension
been
near
upgraded.
New Chattel. Like I said, I've been talking about New Chattel for a while. And New Chattel is now under a warning, and this is headed for Corning and Goff as well. It'll end up near Capioma, Granada, and Wetmore, and as well as Soldier, because this is a dangerous storm that is capable of producing a tornado. It may not necessarily be producing one
A
now,
new tornado
but
warning
it
has
could
been
be
issued.
producing one very soon, and it's in a very, very volatile environment. Additionally, two things have just kind of happened. They issued a warning up here near Barada. I'm not entirely sure how long ago that was, but the storm I had been watching near Salem is now tornado warned. The velocity doesn't look quite as good. That was issued just now. It doesn't look quite as good, but there may have been a tornado that moved right here near US 73 east of Verdon in Nebraska. And like I've been saying for a while, if you're in Barada, please get into your lowest floor of your house, interior room. And this is headed for Corning as well, if it remains on the ground or if it touches down. It is radar indicated. However, this warning here near White Cloud is now observed. So, again, tornado on the ground about to move into White Cloud. Forest City, you're next. Oregon, Fortescue, Mound City. And then this is going to be moving towards Maitland in Maitland and Graham. If you know anyone who lives in any of these towns or anywhere nearby, please tell them that there's a dangerous storm headed for them and there could be a tornado that drops in a very short period of time. Because there is a tornado now, it may lift, but it may remain on the ground and it could do damage to their property, to their home, and even to their life. It could injure. Could cause injuries, and we want and do the right and stay prepared. Let me see his. I believe we still do have that warning down in Texas. Good. It's a beefy supercell, huge, and it could produce a tornado very soon here. North of Benjamin, it's in a pretty rural area, but again, this is headed in the direction of Wichita Falls. It may go north of Wichita Falls, but it's going in that general direction in the next hour or so. Um, Harold, Electra, and keep in mind, there's a cell headed for you. It's far away, but you guys are in a moderate risk. You're in a very significant risk for severe weather today. Um, just looking at some of these others, there's more rotating behind this, but this is the most significant one looking down here in Texas right now. Gigantic storm, really, a beefy supercell. It's going to be producing a lot of large hail as well. This warning has 2.5-inch hail with it. So if you live in Crowell or anywhere on the north side of this, the threat is not nothing for you. And all of these cells are the same way. Tornado. We're going to be covering the tornado warnings in depth, but if you live anywhere in the moderate risk, you are at high risk of seeing hail today. Strong hail that's going to be damaging cars, windows, um, skylights, roof shingles, anything that's exposed, and especially you. You don't want to be out there in this, um, and it could. And the damaging winds are going to come a little bit later, probably, but we're going to have damaging winds with these too. And those could take down trees, take down um, anything in their path, probably maybe a little less significant than the tornado threat, but it's there. Uh, okay. So many cells producing very large hail near Tonkawa, Billings, and that's in Oklahoma as well, northern Oklahoma. There's a couple cells north of Oklahoma City. They're not doing much right now, but more cells are trying to fire. There's one near Anadarko. This is a tiny baby cell, a little blip, Chickasha, but it's got the shape of a supercell already. Look at that. We got this shape, a little V, a little bird-looking thing, uh, and this is exactly what our supercells are going to look like today. And it's already got that shape. So the shear is there. We have everything in place to be producing significant tornadoes today. Um, yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Uh, Again, we still have a tornado on the ground. Well, let's get back up to this now. And yeah, both of these have significant rotation. Tornado on the ground for White Cloud. It just moved through. Unfortunately, a tornado has just moved through the town of White Cloud. I'm hoping that it may have gone to the north, but we'll see. Um, it's a pretty small town, but we never want to see towns getting hit by tornadoes. This is headed towards Maitland and Graham, up in Missouri. I'm going to cross I-29 here very, very shortly. And this cell to the north is also rotating quite significantly. I could see it ramp up a lot in the short term. seems that it's when I'm moving around the radar on radar scope, it does lag a little bit on stream. It might be a my end thing, but my RAM looks fine, so I don't know.
All right, 10-4. Every time you see your feed go out and come back, I'm having to refresh it because the audio falls out of sync. So, that's something that didn't really happen when we were testing.
All right, I'm sorry about that, but do your best. Okay, Craig and Corning.
10-4, I'm about to go try to grab some food, so I'm going to be AFK for a bit. So keep that in mind.
Craig and Corning are underneath this storm. A severe thunderstorm warning just got issued. Tornado possible with this warning, but I really think a tornado could drop very shortly, and it could be a large one. And moving right towards Craig. Craig is a halfway decently sized population center. Um, but this incredible cell is moving right in the direction of you. Both of these are feeding into the exact same environment right now. So um, not a good thing. They're going to be trying to stay on the ground for a while. There's a lot of enhanced risk here to go, and even the slight risk up to Chicago. We could be seeing tornadoes today. So we still have a tornado on the ground headed for I-29 near Mound City. If anyone in the chat is popping in and out, and knows anyone who lives near or south of Mound City in Missouri, please tell them that they need to take the necessary precautions immediately and get to shelter, because there's a tornado on the ground that could do damage to their house or them if they're not prepared. And that is to go into the lowest floor of their house, most interior room, and away from windows. If they can, put a helmet on, stack anything soft over them, mattresses, pillows, blankets. Um, bring a whistle with them, some food, and water, of course, and let them know that and let them know that we're streaming here, and we can help them, tell them when they're going to be not in the threat anymore, so they know when they can get out of their shelter, assuming they're not hit by a tornado. But if they are hit by a tornado and they're trapped, tell them they need to wait at least 10 minutes, and then they can blow that whistle. And when they blow that whistle, the EMS may come and try to help them out if they're trapped. But if they're in their safe spot and they are not trapped, tell them that they need to be careful around gas leaks and also power lines that may be down, because they might be live power lines and gas leaks that are hazardous to their lives as well. Stuff that you wouldn't normally be touching if there was no tornado that was taking all this stuff down. The rotation seems to have maybe slightly weakened here, but we got to assume there's still a tornado on the ground. It was observed. Oh, never mind. It just strengthened back up. We may be getting that a little bit today, in and out. There's never really a correlation coefficient on this. They did just update the warning. It's still observed 1-inch hail with this as well. And ooh, is that contaminated? Maybe. Maybe not, though. Not Neuchatel. You seem to be behind this now, but so you're probably fine. But just to your east, Corning and Goff, into Wetmore and Granada. Very intense looking storm is headed your way, north of Havensville and Soldier, and this is going to be in Kansas. The inflow once again is expanding and increasing a ton on this, and we'll have to see if that rear flanking downdraft can work its way around. We do have a little bit of an appendage here, a hook trying to form right in here. So if that can rotate around and look a little more like that, then we'll be getting a tornado out of it, and that's going to be doing damage. Additionally, Netawaka, sorry, Powhatan, Fairview, and once again Hiawatha, um, Willis, Horton, watch out, especially over in Hiawatha, watch out, because there's another dangerous storm is headed for you, and you may get a tornado warning soon. All right, down to the south. Both of these cells are rotating. Oh. Okay. Yeah. This is a dangerous storm here. Near Hobart and Gotebo and Mountain View, in Oklahoma, all headed. All right, we should be good. This is going to be going north of Roosevelt, and it's currently severe warned, but it looks like a classic supercell ready to produce a dangerous tornado. And we may get that spinning going on very, very soon. This is also happening down to the south. We have this warning. The rotation has maybe died out a little bit, at least near the surface, but it's still looking good, way above our heads. And additionally, we have some decent rotation down here near O'Brien and Knox City, Texas. And these are also headed in the direction of Wichita Falls. And we're getting quite a bit of of the rain that's just being shunted off to the north and east, and that is going to help provide for this tornado to evacuate air above it so that it can keep sucking air from beneath, and that is not a good thing. That's going to keep it going and keep it spinning. Um, Again, I will go over this. We've actually just had a lot going on already up in Kansas, and this really wants to wrap up and produce something significant here. And it may try to do so near Corning. If you're in Corning, a dangerous storm is about to move right in. So if you know anyone who lives there, please tell them that they need to be inside in a small, in the nearest. If you could get to a basement, that'd be great. Interior room, lowest floor away from windows. Goff, Granada, Capioma. And potentially this is moving a little north toward Oneida, Sabetha, Fairview. Um, yeah, dangerous storm here. A lot of strong winds with this cell. Um, I do want to really quickly uh, um, shift over again to the tornado watch we have out. We have two tornado watches, as far as I'm aware. Right here, this is a particularly dangerous situation. Tornado watch. Several strong tornadoes are likely. Woodward, you can see the towns here, Lawton, Wichita Falls, and those storms down near Wichita Falls are moving right into the path of this tornado watch. And this is where the best conditions have set up today to produce long track, strong tornadoes. Um, not and a great other threat is up here in Kansas, but not really Missouri. We don't really expect insane stuff in Missouri. We do expect at least maybe a few tornadoes up there, a little bit of a significant risk down in Iowa as well, a little bit south of where we had the risk yesterday. But we're already seeing a lot of stuff spin up there, and we're only just getting started with the cells that are down south near south of Wichita, Oklahoma City, and then down in Texas as well. But several strong tornadoes likely, 840,000 people in the path of this, 526 schools, 52 hospitals, and lots of damaging wind all over the place, and widespread hail up to apple size is likely. Um, we also do have that other tornado watch. And this is for a few tornadoes likely, slightly less on the wording. Widespread hail up to tennis ball sized and scatter gusts up to 75 miles an hour likely. And in this one, there's over 1.5 million people in the path of these storms, 807 schools and 85 hospitals. It's going to be there. A lot of these storms are going to be damaging a lot of these places. A lot of population here in Wichita and Topeka. So we got to keep that in mind. We got to stay weather aware if we're
A
in
new
need. We have
tornado
a way to
warning
receive
has been
warnings.
issued.
All right. Let's switch here. We do have a new tornado warning in Texas. So let's go down to that. That is going to be probably, that is an extension here of the one of the northern cell, not the southern, but I do
A new
think that southern
tornado
one is worth
warning
warning
has been
very,
issued.
very soon. So Knox City, watch out. O'Brien, you guys are going to get a warning here very soon. Monday, Monday, kind of spelled interestingly strange. Benjamin and Gory. This is coming towards Route 6 and 222 in Knox City. And it's going to be approaching US 277 and US 82 in the longer run. And this one here is probably going to try to wrap up too. They did issue another tornado warning for this.
Hey, Pack, there's a spin up tornado near Blackwell, Oklahoma, that'll be about to be on the ground imminent.
Blackwell, Oklahoma. Oh, up here. Yeah, this cell has had an incredibly large hail I've seen with it. But yeah, oh yeah.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Yep. Okay, just got warned. That is for K County, Oklahoma. And this is going to be moving into Newkirk all that long. Hopefully my audio is good. So yellows even, where they come together, that's going to be exactly where the tornado is. And this is within a line. This is embedded in a line. Ponca City, north of Ponca City. Newkirk seems to be the largest town that is in the direct path of this, and this is probably going to hit that region. So if you know anyone who lives in Newkirk in Oklahoma, tell them that they need to run to their shelter now. because there is a tornado that is probably on the ground right now, headed for them. And it may, there's the environment is so
Hey,
great
Tech, I want to let
that this
you
may not
know
even be a spin up.
Tanya is headed for that tornado possible north of Altus, Oklahoma.
10-4, thank you much. These tornadoes today in a line, you would think maybe the line, the storms around them may kind of interact in such a way where they don't produce tornadoes for a very long period of time. Um, but the environment today is so volatile that we are probably going to see um, these rotations in the lines, not just like pop up and die out. They may last a while. We could get significant tornadoes out of even lines of storms that form clusters of storms, and we're seeing that here, headed right for Newkirk.
Tech, I want to let you know we got a new 18Z sounding from OUN. Well, I'm sorry, a 19Z sounding from OUN. Environment completely uncapped. Shear is kind of meager right now, but we'll keep you updated.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, again, these storms, the environment is pretty great for storms. It's going to continue to improve into the evening as well. We're only at 2:40 Central Time right now, and this is a dangerous cell, and this is probably producing a tornado right now. If we look on that correlation coefficient, we don't see anything now, so it's not really probably a significant tornado lofting debris very high into the atmosphere, but it is still producing a tornado probably on the ground, headed right for Newkirk. Um, let's see here. Also, additionally, we have some cells firing over here. We have a great area of spin approaching Ames in Oklahoma, headed for Drummond. And this is a pretty, this whole line is kind of like a good shear zone. There's a lot of wind change along this line. That was a terrible line. Oh my goodness. Let's draw it like that. But our best velocities, our best like difference here is right here near Ames. So I would watch for this to potentially try to um, spin around. If this can get kicked forward, this will get kicked back and you'll get a tornado form right in here. That's going to move toward Drummond and Enid. Enid, Kansas. Sorry. Stuff is Enid. Uh, I'm going to do something really, really quick. Hold on. Um, let's see here for a sec. Bear with me 1 second. Just want to make sure the stream's running smooth. Um, I, okay, just make sure the back end looks good. Alrighty. So again, Ames, Drummond, and Enid. There's a potentially dangerous storm moving towards you. Newkirk still looks very, very good. uh, mm. This is a tornado on the ground near Newkirk, most likely. It has very, very strong looking rotational look. If it's not on the ground, it's about to, and it's It's spinning right above your head if you live in Newkirk. So please get to shelter immediately, and don't go try to look for that spin above your head. It's not going to do you any favors. Um, yeah, that thing is rotating like crazy. And we still have tornadoes going on in Kansas. I don't know the best radar to use here. For this one, I'll use this radar. Oh man. Let's see here. Okay. This looks quite significant.
A new tornado warning has been
Moon Bay
issued.
County, Missouri, under a tornado warning that was just issued. But yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell. But actually, what you're getting here, I think you're getting some tornado genesis here. So, Goff, Grenada, Capioma, Powhatan, Fairview. This is about to produce. Yeah, this is about to produce a tornado. It could be a strong tornado with very strong wind fields moving in. Um,
New
yeah,
information. This
this is
tornado warning has been
impressive.
upgraded.
You're getting RFD that's moving down, rear flank downdraft. Oh, yeah, there we go. This warning was just confirmed. So this is a tornado on the ground, headed for Capioma and Grenada, and this could become a strong tornado. I do think this has the best potential that we've seen all day so far. Um, your rotation is right in here. See how
A new
those
tornado warning
greens
has been
and
issued.
I mean, we've got browns in here that are really, really tight in a small region. Uh, they're rotating around. The radar is picking up on wind that's going in this direction and wind that's going in this direction over these few pixels. And the wind that's going in this direction is very, very strong. And even here, we're getting wind decently strong. And you can kind of average the two out, and you've got wind that's rotating around in this fashion. We kind of just assume that we have winds going this way and this way, but the radar can't really see that because it is not perpendicular to the radar; it's parallel, kind of, to the radar beam, which is sent out in one direction. But we've got incredible rotation here. A strong, potentially strong tornado could be on the ground. A tornado, nonetheless, is on the ground and headed right for Capioma, Grenada, Fairview, Powhatan, and this is the junction between I-70 or US 75 and US 36 in Kansas. Yeah, this is a significant tornado on the ground, producing damage. Let me see if there is right there. No, not quite yet. But yeah, look at that. I'm getting with every frame, it's getting stronger. And if anyone in the chat knows anyone who lives in these regions near Goff, Grenada, and Capioma, please let them know they need to run to their shelter.
Behind the one that's tornado warned, that thing is got a really nasty upper level meso and it started to translate down. It's near Knox City, Texas. I wouldn't be surprised if there's probably a significant tornado out of that. Probably soon.
So keep in mind if you live in Knox City, Texas, as well, there is a dangerous storm near your area and could be producing a tornado very soon. But we do have this tornado on the ground. Yeah, near Grenada and Capioma. If anyone knows anyone who lives there, tell them to put a helmet on, get into the lowest floor, most interior room. A basement or storm shelter is preferable. And tell them to stack mattresses, stack anything soft over their heads, um, and bring some food with them. Bring a whistle, and if in the worst case scenario they're hit by a tornado, they can blow that whistle when they're you know 10 minutes, about 10 minutes after the tornado passes through. They blow that whistle, and then they'll find out EMS may come to help them if they're trapped. If they're not trapped, tell them to wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes anyway, and do not go out because uh, if there's a lot of damage, the tornado could have taken down power lines, um, leak, created some gas leaks, um, shrubs and trees everywhere. There could be lots of trees down, needles and whatnot that can really cause damage, injury that could be easily prevented. We don't want that. So uh, tell them if they
New
live in
information.
Papioma, or
This
if you
tornado
live in
warning has been
Papioma or
upgraded.
Grenada or Fairview, Powhatan, please tell them they need to pay attention now, and get to their safe spot immediately. Um, we just did get another confirmed warning for Oklahoma. This is that northern Oklahoma cell, and that is that one that was a spin up before. Let me see if it looks better now or worse. Don't know what happened with my radar here. There we go. Yeah, it still could be very much on the ground near Newkirk. Is producing a tornado right over Newkirk. That's a decently sized town. I hope everyone in Newkirk heeded the warning. And it's going to be moving towards Silverdale, Cedar Vale, Dexter, Graniola. This is in Oklahoma. It should move south
New
of Arkansas
information.
City,
This tornado warning has been
which
upgraded.
is good because that is a fairly major population center. Um, they just updated that warning. So please, if anyone lives in these regions that I called out, Silverdale, anywhere east of Arkansas City, on US 166 between Arkansas City and Cedar Vale, near Dexter as well, please tell them they need to get to their shelter and stay safe. Uh, be prepared. Have a way to receive warnings with yourself, with you, um, and yeah. So we got north of Ponca City. Let's check back down in Texas. Wow. This cell is rapidly rotating still. This is getting ready to produce a very strong, large tornado near O'Brien, Knox City, Rochester, Monday, Benjamin, US 82. It's not
Hey, Pac, I just want to make
on
sure
the
that the
ground.
Zello is working for you. You can hear me loud and clear. I'm currently heading over to Mount Air over in Iowa. I'm going to check out those two small tornado warnings. They're nothing much of anything right now. They're not in a very good radar area, but I might as well chase them. I'll turn on my feed in about an hour once I get pretty close to them.
Okay, that is our chaser letting us know, or one of our chasers, that he is going to be chasing these two warnings, which, by the way, this one near Maitland is still looking very impressive. As radar indicated, a little bit of lag. Okay, we should be good now. Yeah. This cell near Graham, at least in the mid and upper levels, producing a very significant looking rotational couplet. There's your couplet. You got
New information. This tornado warning has been upgraded.
radar very tight in this little region right in here. And that is going to, we did get a new
A
Brown
new
County,
tornado
Kansas,
warning has been
Tanamaha County,
issued.
Kansas, confirmed warning. I'll get to that in a minute. But this is definitely a tight area of rotation, moving towards US 71 near Arco. Is that this? It is. They continued this
A new
observed warning
tornado
all the way up
warning
to
has
Hiawatha.
been issued.
So now, if you're in Hiawatha, we're getting a lot of confirmed warnings right now. If you're in Hiawatha, there was a tornado on the ground headed for you, or a very dangerous storm that is dropping tornadoes left and right. That if there's a tornado now, there may be another one later. There
New
probably will be another
information.
one later.
This tornado warning has been upgraded.
And let's see here.
A new tornado warning
Alright.
has been issued.
You know, your rotation is going to be in there. This is about to head into Capioma. More tornado warnings going up. Lots of warnings going up. Grenada, Fairview, Hamlin, Hiawatha, Padonia, Reserve, Hamlin, Morrill, Robinson. All of these regions need to be prepared for yet another tornadic storm moving into your region. And this time, Hiawatha could be directly hit. This one is moving right in the direction of Hiawatha instead of east. So keep that in mind if you're living there, or if you know anyone who does live there. Okay. We have particularly okay. We got an upgraded warning here. Newkirk is on the ground and it is large. It is dangerous. We have a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning in place now. This is going to be north and east of Newkirk in Oklahoma, moving just to the south of Arkansas City. If anyone in the chat knows anyone who lives near Silverdale and Dexter, it's coming towards Dexter as well. A large and potentially significant tornado is moving in your direction and is going to do damage, will do damage to your life and property if you were not fully prepared. Your property may take damage no matter what, but if you are fully prepared, your life, you may end up, saving yourself from injury that you could have avoided, right? So, what you need to do is if you live in Silverdale or Dexter or anywhere in between near US 166 in Oklahoma, this is all actually, this is the border. You need to, and if anyone in the chat knows people who live here, you need to tell them that they need to get into the most interior room of their house, lowest floor, a basement or a storm shelter designated for tornadoes is most preferable. And if they can do that, that would be great. They need to stack mattresses, pillows, blankets, anything soft over them, and wear a helmet if they have it. A bicycle helmet, a baseball helmet, anything will do. Uh, Protecting their head is going to be very, very important. Uh, we please don't be lagging. We can't be lagging now. Okay, a large and destructive tornado is moving towards Silverdale and Dexter, and tell these people, and please let them know. Please share this stream, get this information out there. Uh, yeah, and they just upgraded that warning there in Silverdale to PDS.
New information. This tornado warning has been upgraded.
New PDS for Kansas. That'll be a continuation. One thing, your camera's kind of buggy. I don't know how long I can keep this up, but I'm going to keep trying to refresh. If need be, we can go to tracers.
10-4. It's unfortunate. Okay, Silverdale. There is a large destructive tornado heading right for you. If anyone in the chat knows anyone who lives near Silverdale in Kansas, this is the very southern end of Kansas, near Dexter. Uh, please tell them that they need to take shelter now. They need to get into the most interior room, lowest floor, because there is a large tornado on the ground headed for them. It's about to get on to it's about to move to Silverdale. Arkansas City, you were not in this warning, but it is you're getting hail. It's a dangerous storm no matter what, and it's very close. Um, okay, there is probably now I can have a good example here. It's all poor beam filling, isn't it? Yeah. Well, not the greatest example. All right. There's a large and destructive tornado here on the ground. Man. Golly. Here we go. We're going to see a lot of these today, potentially. Tornadoes dropping out of the sky left and right for Silverdale, Dexter. Please, 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 please get to shelter immediately. I want everyone here to be safe. A new warning for Kansas. We have a
A new
lot of warnings
tornado
out right
warning
now.
has been issued.
We're covering Kansas, Missouri, Texas right now, and the main threat hasn't even begun in Oklahoma, Texas, and this is an incredibly strong supercell, producing significant hail, and it's probably going to produce a tornado here within a few minutes.
New
Again,
information.
I've been calling out
This
these times for a
tornado
while.
warning
Knox
has been
City,
upgraded.
Monday in Texas. Benjamin, please get to shelter now. Near US 82. Yeah, stuff. And there's another warning up to the north of that.
A new PDS severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Very large hail, and this one could drop again soon. K County, Oklahoma. We also have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for uh, ridiculously large hail. I mean, we got apples falling out of the sky. Let's cover back up. Let's go back up to Kansas. We still have observed tornado warnings for Fairview. This is actually radar indicated now. Again, like I said, this is going to drop tornadoes. It's going to lift tornadoes. It's going to keep dropping and lifting. But this is in a very favorable environment right now to produce tornadoes moving right for Hiawatha. And there's another one back here. Vermilion, Centralia, Corning again. These are all training over the exact same areas. And when they do that, they're going to be able to produce, you're going to get through warning. You're going to hopefully no tornado drops, but if a tornado drops, you'll get through it and they'll be like, okay, well, we're done. We can go out, we can clean up. But no, we can't be doing that because there are going to be more storms behind that. They're going to move through and potentially, once again, cause a threat to your life. That's the kind of day that we're dealing with today. Higher end day with a lot of tornadoes going on. Kirk. Strong could be very large as well. Like I said, this is within that line, but these line storms are they're gonna last a while. They're gonna be strong with the conditions we have in place. Silverdale, Dexter, please, anyone who lives there, tell them they need to get to shelter immediately. Newkirk, you're not in a warning. Ugh. You should be fine, but there are more storms to your west that could potentially do more damage. Enid, let me go to a better radar for this. Enid, there's a potential rotation near Wokomas that is moving north towards Enid in Oklahoma. Enid is a very big population center. Uh, Either way, there's going to be strong winds with this. And we do have I believe, two chasers on this now. If anyone has questions, please ask me in the chat. I would be more than happy to answer. Wow, look at these. They look primed. These look primed to produce. Both of them. Knox City. This one's moving through a pretty sparsely populated area, which is good news, but it's going to get towards the Red River fairly soon, north of Wichita Falls. And this one may go directly towards Wichita Falls. And it is 4:06 p.m. Eastern Time. We got a lot more to go. I want to see. We've got more storm just went up. It's already got a bean. It's beaning out. It's got that shape. That supercell shape. And that's going to probably, I mean, it's already rotating. You can see that here. The reds meeting the higher velocities here. All of these storms getting better conditions throughout the day. They're all discrete. They can take advantage of their environment fully. Here. Can we get that chaser stuff going and see if we can
New
work out the lag
information.
a little bit?
This tornado warning has been upgraded.
Pull up the golly. Texas is now confirmed. Okay, we've got a KJ chasing here. We're not sure where exactly he is, but he is chasing these storms down in the Oklahoma City region, and there's a whole lot of them moving toward that area. Can I also get an update on chasers, please? Thank you. Yeah, his feed may go in and out a little bit here. But KJ chasing. We still have those PDS tornado warnings. It seems they may have actually just gone observed for the northern one near Dexter. We've also, I'm not sure if we have Tanya yet. No, we do not, nor do we have, we do actually have Rob, okay? I'm not entirely sure where Rob is either. We're going to get that worked out as soon as we can. But we have Rob McCoy out there, and he's probably, I think he's also in the Oklahoma region. Most of our chasers are down there. We might have Jacob later, maybe in about an hour, in the Kansas and Missouri region. the stuff further to the north that's doing a lot right now. More severe warnings going up. Yeah, and that's what we got on Rob's feed. Just some clouds right now. Nothing too significant. I'm going to let me see here. What do we have? How is this cell looking? So it may struggle, but it's
A new
probably going to
tornado
produce
warning
another tornado
has
on the
been
south
issued.
side here in the short term. But as of right now, the first tornado that was strong moving northeast of Newkirk seems to have potentially lifted. Oklahoma, we're getting more. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Enid, like I had said before, Enid, wow, this is a humongous warning. This whole line is potentially tornadic. Like I had said before, Enid, there's that storm moving right in your direction. You're now under a tornado warning for it. Um, this whole southern part of the line is probably going to produce a lot of spin up tornadoes here, there, everywhere, really. And it's a dangerous line of storms. It may just look like some, on reflectivity, just a little line of, casual springtime thunderstorms, but this is not casual springtime thunderstorms. These are producing tornadoes and dropping very large hail today, and probably some strong damaging winds too. Um, Honey, you got a copy? Oh my goodness, look at this. Stillwater, a nice hook. A
A new tornado warning has been issued.
obvious area of rotation in the backside here. Um, Impressive. Wow. This is going to head up toward Morrison, Oklahoma, Glencoe. What do we got here? US 177, US 64, and US 412, where they kind of all meet in that junction there near Morrison and Glencoe, and as well as Stillwater. Stillwater, you may be fine from the tornadic area of this storm, but you've still seen a lot of large hail and whatnot. Wow, that is a classic look. This is about to get insanely uh, impressive. This is an observed tornado, right? Yeah, we've got a tornado on the ground in Knox City right now, doing damage. This is not good. It's hard to tell. We're pretty far from the radar here, the nearest radar. But yeah, I mean, that is probably your debris right there. We've got a tornado on the ground, lifting up parts of Knox City high into the atmosphere, and this could last a very long time. I think this will probably last a significantly long time. Uh, wow. We've got training supercells. And this one could also head up towards Wichita Falls. It'll take a while to get there, but it's moving in that region. This one's barely in the enhanced risk today, producing potentially a significant tornado. And yeah, there they go.
New
PDS.
information. This tornado
Particularly dangerous
warning has been
situation.
upgraded.
Tornado warning now for Knox City, Texas, and Monday, Texas. There's a tornado on the ground producing significant damage. Man, I wanted to take a little break to see if we could figure out the lag, but we're just getting so many warnings left and right now. Jeez. Okay. I really hope everyone in Knox City was prepared. I had been calling you guys out for a while. Knox City, Monday, Benjamin. It's south of Benjamin now. Um, Um, yeah, this is a considerable tornado warning, PDS, particularly dangerous situation, and it is tight. I tell you what, this is uh, this is def- see how those. Remember how these areas tight, tight little area of rotation. This is your couplet, strong. And they meet up right there. That's your tornado. This over here is just part of the mesocyclone, most likely. It doesn't really correlate with the hook as well. Additionally, it's kind of just it's just your inflow region. That's the storm inflow as it moves. Oh my gosh. Okay, so our velocities are kind of off the charts. The mesocyclone on this is impressive, and saying that is an understatement. This is going to last a long time. It's going to be a long track tornado, or at least a long track supercell. I see nothing stopping this. Seymour, Texas. This is a large population center. Could potentially get hit by this tornado. It's moving right in your direction, paralleling US 82 near Monday and Gory. How are we doing on the lag side of things? We're okay. Um, is anyone there? Yeah, and
Yeah, I'm here. I'm about to eat a bite. What's going on?
we've had several PDS warnings. I was about to ask if we can try to fix that lag issue, and I was going to go BRB, but then this PDS warning got issued for Knox City, so I'll continue to cover. But let me know how the camera lag stuff is doing. Give me regular updates, please.
I have had to refresh it about probably 5 times in the last 3 minutes. It is borderline unbearable, and quite frankly, I'm tired of it.
All right. If this kind of weakens down a little bit at all, I will. Oh my gosh! Never. The next scan came in. This is a intense tornado. If it ever does weaken, I will try to get that worked out. Okay.
Okay, go.
Latest scan. We have an intense tornado on the ground right now. Significant, intense. It could go. It could become a violent tornado heading right for Monday. Munday. If anyone in the chat knows anyone who lives in Monday, Texas, near US 277, please tell them that they need to go into a basement or the lowest floor of their house, most interior room, away from windows, stack mattresses over their heads. They need to wear a helmet if they have one, please. Get into a storm shelter. There's a strong, significant to potentially intense tornado heading right for them. This is a observed tornado. This is bringing baseball-sized hail to Benjamin right now, dropping baseballs down. Wow, this is an incredible looking storm on radar. Wow. Gory, you're next in line as well. If anyone knows people who live in these towns, please tell them that they need to take shelter immediately, and they need to get into that lowest floor, get into a basement, a neighbor's basement. If they live in a mobile home, you can't stay there. You need to go to a sturdy shelter. You need to bring a whistle with you, bring food, bring water, um, bring anything you may need if this tornado goes right over you. If you're trapped, you got to blow that whistle after about 10 minutes and get EMS. They'll help you out. Wow. That is a large tornado on the ground. It could be half a mile wide. This is the stuff we saw yesterday. Not lofting debris very high yet, but it'll probably get there. The velocities are extremely high on this frame. Yeah, there's your debris right in there. on the next frame. It's a textbook supercell, textbook tornado right here. This is as clean as they get. This is as dangerous of a situation as pretty much as it gets. Um, Monday, Gory, Seymour, you're next in line. It'll be some time before it gets to Seymour, but I don't see this stopping anytime soon. There are no storms anywhere near this as of right now. It is ingesting all of the warm inflow it can get, and there's a decent amount of shear for these storms to continue rotating down here. Yeah, this is the most intense signature I've seen. Warnings again: Dexter, Cedar Vale, Silverdale. Um, let me really quickly go back to this. This could be producing another tornado here. A new warning was issued.
A new tornado warning
It's going to
has been
include
issued.
Cedar Vale. And this can be producing another tornado here, and it has had reports of a funnel cloud. There have been tornadoes on the ground with this. This has had a history of producing, and it's moving towards Cedar Vale in Kansas. We have several tornadoes in northern Kansas right now. And they're rotating decently as well. We have one in Missouri. Additionally, not rotating as much, but is still rotating. And the National Weather Service issues a tornado warning because they think that it is capable of producing a tornado. So anyone in these polygons, you got to respect the polygon, and you will be safe if you do the correct thing. All right, back down, very populated region, but it is by far the most significant tornado. Um, FDR might be closer. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. That is one of the most intense radar signatures I've seen in a while. Comparable to yesterday, easily. Um, Easily comparable to yesterday. The storms we had in Omaha, this tornado is here now too. Monday, uh, do not go outside. You need to be in shelter
A new
immediately.
tornado warning has been issued.
Jesus, you might more tornado warning for Oklahoma. Uh, if you were outside, which don't do it, but if you were outside, you would see a monster, large tornado, destructive. This is still a PDS tornado warning, and it's probably inflow. We're still not really seeing it on correlation coefficient. That's a good thing. We don't want to use this product, but velocity warrants. Wow, velocity is insane on this, and it's dropping huge hail to the north. There's a chance that it might try to, the inflow might be cutting off. It might occlude, and then it'll reform. That's going to be how these things work today. They're going to reform very quickly. But right now, it is very intense. And Monday is going to get hit by something no matter what. Maybe the tornado might not go straight over the town, but you're going to get very strong winds. All right, man, I can't go for this. We did get a new warning up in Oklahoma, just for this cell. That's the one that was in Stillwater. It doesn't look quite as impressive as it did earlier, and it's trying to wrap around. It has a nice mesocyclone. It's gonna stay around.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
I don't know how to say that. Oso County, Oklahoma, and Pwimi County, Oklahoma. New tornado warning. Uh, I might be reading those very wrong. Longer under tornado warning. That's good news. But Hunter, there's a strong rotation, at least way above your head in Oklahoma. Intense tornado going on here near Monday. Lofting, farm, anything farm related, trees. There's probably not a lot of trees, but just anything out here. It's lofting it high into the atmosphere. That might be why we're not seeing correlation on it, because there's not a whole lot of debris, which is a good thing. Anyone who lives in Monday, Gory, Seymour, please get ready. There's a dangerous storm, tornado, strong tornado, on the ground right now, headed for you. One of the most dangerous storms you've had in your life. I'm just praying that it just weakens down on the next scan. Lots of other warnings out. Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri. Um, this is going to be more difficult to survive. Out there too. It's still there, strong. Unbelievable.
A
Right
new
now.
tornado warning
All right.
has been issued.
I really do want to figure this out, though. Hunter, can we try to figure out why it was lagging?
I mean, the only thing I can think of would be maybe it has something to do with your end or my end. Really, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot about that software to be able to troubleshoot it. Well, I don't know enough about it right now.
Yeah. Can we I'm gonna go on the. I'll be right back. All right. There is a
Okay, go.
strong tornado north of Monday, and I want everyone to be in shelter. Seymour in Texas. This is all in Texas, the ground. Um, Near Stillwater, a little north of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Morrison, into a whole bunch of non-populated regions. This one is pretty intense as well. Dexter, I've been calling you out for a while. There's a strong tornado there that's forming very quickly. Dexter, Oklahoma, you're about to be impacted by a tornado. Um, uh, Finally, warnings for this, which here in Oneida, Capioma. Once again, these are all training over each other. So when you get done with a warning here in northern Kansas, you can get out of your immediate shelter, but you can't just go outside and do things because these are going to come back. More storms are going to keep coming and keep coming and keep rotating and keep producing more tornadoes right over your area. So keep an eye on these. Hiawatha, you're in that White Cloud, Conception Junction, Ravenwood. Now this is in Missouri. Parnell, Stanbury, Arco, Gentry, and then into parts of southern Iowa as well. All right. Is that damage? Yeah, my goodness, this is a strong tornado here. It's gonna be a long track one. Damage is reported to the northeast of Knox City, and I think Knox City may have taken a direct hit, unfortunately. North of Monday. I will be right back, though. We need to fix something out here.
New information. This tornado warning has been upgraded. New information. This tornado warning has been upgraded. A new tornado warning has been issued. A new PDS tornado warning has been issued. new tornado warning has been issued. New information. This tornado warning has been upgraded. A new tornado warning has been issued.
Second, guys. Alright. I'm turning on GoPros. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Dude.
Hey guys, we got 2 areas of rotation. We have 2 wall clouds. The northern one looks like it's gonna drop imminent. Southern one's really wrapping up now.
Ash, put your phone back here. We'll get a really good view.
I got it.
Hey, we got a bowl funnel kind of coming down here. We have the stream.
We have 2 circulations.
We think there's 2. I'm not confident in the second
Yeah,
one.
that's no. We got 2. That's definitely 2.
This thing's going to drop something very soon here. Oh my gosh. It's just beautiful, dude. It's just beautiful. There's no other words for it. It's just so nice. So quaint. It feels.
Yep. I'm honestly thinking that southern circulation is about to take over.
This one seems like a little more strong. Let's see.
Well, I'm gonna get out for 1 second. Don't get out. Seriously, don't get out. Please don't get out. You can see behind me, we have a rapidly rotating wall cloud. We actually have 2 areas of rotation now. Tornado is possibly imminent here. This is crazy. Major inflow, probably 4 inflow. What the heck is that? Inflow. Inflow is just crazy on this thing.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Is it raining here?
No.
Can we turn off the wipers?
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, watch that, watch that.
On the left.
Maybe.
Maybe. If that drops, I'm gonna get a car for that.
100%. Yep, funnel! That's a funnel! Wait, it's not dropping yet. Now you're dropping it.
I don't want to have
Funnel cloud, guys.
helicopter above us.
What?
Ashton, look, the news.
Yeah, I know. I don't care.
Woo!
This whole thing could drop. Look at it. You see that? It's wrapping in.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Hold on. New tornado warning. Dude, there's 2 areas, and they're both going to be massive if they drop.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
That's exactly what the northern one looks like it wants to do.
Yeah, you can see the motion on it, dude. That's gonna touch down. See the motion. Look.
Where?
Center. Look.
Scud, still. People are driving like mad.
First, big split up on the going on.
Yep.
Hey, you wanna keep going?
Yep. Actually, no, we need that down. Well, we gotta light. We need our lights on. Headlights on. It's about the multi-vortex. It's about the multi-vortex. Guys, it's about the multi-vortex. John, it's about the multi-vortex. Kai, get in your seat. Get in your seat now. That's it right there. See that? Funnel. Yeah, funnel right there.
Final. Coming down. All right, let's go. Oh, they're off-roading.
Hey, Corey, you like it? Yeah, I don't want to fall apart. Well, we gotta point the car the other way. That's gonna be a wedge. That could be a wedge.
What's the name of the asphalt?
We're Norman.
Norman? Okay.
Yeah, we're in Norman. All of this is Norman. Look at that bull. touch down. It's gonna touch down. It's gonna touch down. Any second. Guys, it's gonna touch down any second. We're in the conga line of all conga lines right now. Got a wrapping rain curtains on that thing. Hazards on.